Hello.
Hello.
Haimi's back. Guess who's back?
Back
again. Haimi's back. Tell your friends. That's right. Haimi's back, everybody. It's Farmstead News, and we can rap. That's what's up. Yeah. What?
No, Jen, no, you can't.
Yes, we can.
No, you can't.
Jen
Shut up,
can.
Jake. Shut up. I can.
Well, now I have all this candy. This is not appropriate.
I'm a sweet rapper. I told T Money I want to be a rapper.
You can be.
I could be if
Do
I
it.
tried really hard.
Yeah.
You
be,
can
not
do
a
it all. You can have a ball.
It's never too late.
Are we doing the show? Are we
Right.
doing headlines or?
What's going on?
We should talk about Diddy.
Oh,
I actually need to be more
Did he
informed
do
on
it?
that one. I don't
Did he
listen.
do it?
Okay.
I got a bunch
did
of data
Did he do
on
it?
it.
What do we think? Okay. I think that Diddy is super
Control room.
screwed. Okay. I think
Somebody
that him complaining and crying about how the excessive force was used. What's his buddy's name? The little bitch that he's got around all the time. Something.
Farnsworth Bentley.
I can't think of his name right now. He just did a big interview. What'd you say?
His name's Farnsworth Bentley, the guy with the umbrellas.
No, not that guy. The guy that he's been hanging out with like every single day since. He was there at the raid. He was involved in the lawsuit. He's the one that they said was doing gay porn and that on camera. And then they're like, oh no, the gay porn star came out and actually like confessed to the whole thing. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, so let's back up for a second. I need
Is he
to
another rap
refresh on
artist?
The whole what is P.
Okay,
Diddy in trouble for again?
Diddy just had his home in Miami and his home in LA raided because he is being investigated for human trafficking and also guns.
You mean these guns?
Human trafficking, as in like, I mean I understand what human trafficking is, but holy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a whole
so
thing.
I get it, yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole thing, and he's in a whole bunch of trouble. I would say, don't you think, Jaime?
Oh yeah, I think he is in trouble. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, since back even in the 90s, people were talking about, his shady behavior from a lot of old radio interviews to a lot of old magazine interviews where like a rapper, his name is Exhibit, talks about some of his, iffy behavior on certain radio interviews. There's been numerous people talking about it. Now, I mean, I think I even remember a live award show. I think it was a New Year's Eve where Kevin Hart was hosting and Diddy was drunk and Usher came in there and, he even made a drunk admission out there. We used to wrestle on the bed and, stuff was coming out back then. And now it's pretty crazy. I mean, there's a lot of evidence stacked against him.
So they were interviewing Ashton Kutcher on a show. I don't remember how.
Kutcher.
Whatever. Dumbass. They were interviewing him. And he was saying, I believe it was him that was saying that he can't talk about like the parties and stuff that went on over there. Like anyone, and now that's what a lot of people in the media are doing is that they're going back and they're re-watching and re-listening and rereading these interviews that they did with not just Diddy, but anybody that was like in Diddy's camp or any of Diddy's people that came in and out of his life.
those.
And they're finding these things that people like, well, and they're like, well, I can tell you, and then they're like, no, I can't.
Well, a lot of
tell you
those
that
big
at all.
parties you go to, you're forced to like sign something when you get there, like some confidentiality.
Non-disclosure.
Yes. And those people have so much money that people are terrified probably to share, but now people don't.
Some of those big time parties, you put your phone in this lock bag. At the end of the party,
like
you're
you're going
just like a Jack White. I was gonna say Jack White.
Like you're
Jack
going to
White,
Dave Chappelle.
no phone.
Yeah, exactly. I wish I could remember the guy's stupid name, but yeah, there's right now they're trying to cry like, oh, excessive force, and they're saying all this ridiculous crap about how like this guy was saying like, look at Osama bin Laden, look at all the raids that happened, and it wasn't as excessive
Osama bin Laden
as it
was at these raids. What?
No, but he's saying that it wasn't as excessive as it was when they went to Diddy's place. I mean, that's a pretty bold statement. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God, yeah.
And he's just saying that, like, that the feds have completely, like, gone way overboard with this whole raid and everything that's going on. But the whole point is The feds didn't just come in and decide to do this. A judge had to look at a bunch of evidence and make the decision that, yes, I should sign off on these search warrants, and that's what happened. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Right.
It's not like a bunch of, marshals came in on their horses, and just martial law and did their own thing. That is not the case.
Right. It was Homeland Security that went after his ass. So it was on a very big scale the way he was moving people from around to for these crazy parties that was happening.
Agreed.
Also, the guys were saying during the investigation that this investigation was going on for like months at a time, like for a long time before they just go and do a raid at this size. And they were afraid that there was possible moles, being that he was such a high profile, that over 3/4 of the force that did the raid had no idea who they were raiding until that morning, just to like for their own safety, so they could get there and try to get all the evidence they could. It was that tight of a case, and the investigation I guess was going on.
And don't you
think R. Kelly was like, I was so upset with R. Kelly, and now it's this just takes it to another. Now
I about R. Kelly, because what R. Kelly did was like wide out in the open for years,
That was a sex cult.
Chappelle was making fun of it, like on Chappelle's show.
Yeah, but how long did it finally take before?
Exactly, that's what's so effed up.
It's crazier to me that the fact that not one person in Diddy's camp had any knowledge of this. That it actually was kept secret. Like, that's a big deal. I'm sure that it's probably not the first time that they tried to go forward with something, and then it probably got found out. I mean, Diddy's got people everywhere, so.
I mean, does that have anything to do with changing his name?
Nickelodeon's got everything.
Remember he changed Puff Daddy?
No, because he went from Diddy to Puff Daddy to.
He went from Puff Daddy to P. Diddy to just Diddy.
Maybe those were reflections of the stages that he was in this process.